All right. So I guess from here we can go into the second topic, which I believe Nate is reading.
Yep.
Yes, we are reviewing the debut single album of BVNDIT.
BVNDIT.
Be Ambitious. Bandit. So Bandit is a new girl group from M&H. They're M&H's first group. Before that, they've only had Chungha. So
and like Ihan, who was on Produce 48.
Yeah, well, they've had other trainings and stuff, but
she
Chungha was
wasn't
their first,
Yeah.
actual, artist to debut under them. And this is their first group. We start out with the intro, which is the same name as the album, Be Ambitious. And I thought this was fucking awesome. It's so weird. It's like the most hype, ridiculous, crazy intro I've ever heard, and I love it. It's got like jazz trumpet, like marching band stuff, and chanting, and it's just ridiculous, but in all the good ways, in my opinion. Even though it's all over the place, I thought it was awesome.
I think it's completely pointless being on a single album. You have a single album where you only have 3 tracks, and you dedicate one of those tracks to a minute-long intro. Like, I get it. Like, that's the thing.
Awesome.
That's a. I mean, it's okay, but I mean,
They
seriously,
should have saved it for the album.
yeah, save it for an actual album. Like, I feel like if you're going to have a single album where you only have 3 tracks,
M&H, we know they have intros on everything.
Yeah, I know they're gonna do intros on everything because that's how they sort of like do the stages or whatever. But I feel like I wanted more actual songs from this group, if anything, because like going into how much I like the later songs, this one just kind of felt like a waste to me, just because they could have used the resources in actually producing another third song for them to go with.
That's true.
Yeah.
I did forget to watch the stage.
Don't worry, we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it in 2 weeks.
Oh yes, we're gonna see it live.
Yeah.
Well, we probably won't see the intro live. We'll probably just see Hocus Pocus.
So I thought this was an amazing intro. It was another one that, again, like, I wish this was like a full song, because it reminds me of like a really hype remake of like Twice's Touchdown or something like that. That's the only song I can. Yeah, exactly. It has like awesome like snare percussions and like choir style vocals and like cheering, and yeah, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, it's
I wish it was a full song.
It's like a super happy version of freaking Gwen Stefani's
Hollaback.
It's pretty much, it's a happy version of Hollabacker. Like the Be Ambitious is literally, it's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A. Did I ever tell you about like the apparently there was like an urban legend that song was written about my school or something?
Oh, about your school?
Apparently,
I was doing like, while I was in my whole like Nirvana like obsessed phase like a couple weeks ago, apparently that song was written about Courtney Love. Like, she said something about her, and
Hollaback
like,
Girl, seriously?
Okay. Yeah,
it's a Courtney Love diss track. Oh shit, I'm down for that.
Apparently,
Basically, that's what.
but literally everyone has a Courtney Love diss track.
Oh damn. BTS. No, if we want BTS to get, we'll give BTS a 10 out of 10 if they write a Courtney Love diss track.
And since the album's only 3 tracks, Cooper gave us short track by track notes. He said, "This is one of the weirder intros I've heard in K-pop, but it's so good. The brass synth and the drums are a really cool combination." Next we have Hocus Pocus, which is the single on the album. And it's a straight Chungha song. It even at the beginning uses the same synths as Gotta Go.
That fucked me up so much.
I liked it. I liked the throwback. I thought the pre-chorus build was good. I love the mix of like the trumpet and like the Middle Eastern strings for the drop in the chorus. I thought it was a nice like mix of different instruments from different parts of the world. Overall, I thought their vocals were really good. And in this song and the next one, definitely. The music video is pretty basic, but I mean, they're a new group and from a smaller company. I thought the styling was really good though, and even through like the teasers and stuff, I thought they had really good styling. Like they did like the denim stuff that looked really good and like not something you see a lot in K-pop. And then the choreography isn't anything too like technically crazy, but I thought they executed it really well, which is something I like you'd expect from M&H, which is where Chungha's from. Like you'd expect people from her company to be decent with choreography.
Yeah.
I thought they did a good job.
Yeah, I'm usually the tropical house hater here, but I feel like what sort of separates this from literally like the copy pasta tropical house that K-pop does is, again, that instrumentation. It's similar to, like, again, what Changha sort of goes into, or it's similar to what G-Idol sort of goes into, where, again, you don't have to use literally the same, like, baby synth, like, sort of, like, same sample pack that every goddamn person that does tropical house does for, if you want to do it that type of song. Like, I feel like that's definitely the strength of this song. It incorporates a lot more instrumentation to the style that they're going after that isn't just copy paste. It's kind of like the same way that I liked Loca by Favorite. Again, that's just a very tropical inspired song that sort of incorporates new different instrumentals. Again, the horns in here definitely sort of add a new sort of flavor to it. Again, that sort of like sitar sounding thing definitely gives it a bit of an interesting vibe as well. So again, that's pretty much what I'm looking for when it comes to new K-pop groups. Like, it's fine to sort of chase after popular genres, but I feel like there's more than one way to skin a cat, or whatever the expression is. Like, I feel like there's you don't have to restrict yourself to the same type of like production styles that literally everyone else is doing. And I think that's what M&H as a label does a good job of as of late, especially with like what they're doing with Chungha and what they're doing with BVNDIT, clearly. And I hope that, like, I hope that sort of this blew up. One, it has 4 million views on the M&H channel, not even like because they usually put their stuff on like 1K, I think, as well, and it got way more views on the M&H channel. So that's definitely saying something in terms of this group. Like, usually Nugus don't get like 1 million, and they have 4.5 in a week. So that's just something to indicate the level of popularity that they're seeing here. So, I think this is a great debut song. Probably one of the better debut songs of the year. Definitely puts them on early list for like a rookie of the year list in terms of girl groups. I'm surprised with how much I like this song, or how much I think, or I'm going to like this group. I mean, on the visual end, I mean, like, again, like you said, the MV is not too crazy, choreo is not too crazy. I'm just glad that they didn't cheap out on the music video, just because it's not Changha. I was afraid that they wouldn't like dedicate as much money to them, but they gave them a few different sets, which I did enjoy.
You guys said most of what I wanted to say, but overall, I think the song was a really good debut. I think it's really catchy. The production's pretty decent. It's got like the nice punchy like bass, but it's not super like overpowering, and it doesn't like bleed into other parts of the track or anything. And it's definitely similar to a song that Chungha would put out, but that's to be expected since they come from the same
M&H
company and probably production team as well.
It's probably a similar production.
So
I know that because Gotta Go is Shinsung, not Black Eyed Pill song. I checked it.
Okay.
This wasn't Black Eyed Pill song.
But what about like Love You or like Roller Coaster and stuff like that?
I'll look into the I'll look into the Melon. So go ahead.
Anyways, like, yeah, overall I thought this was a strong debut. I think it's definitely accessible, and it seems like people are liking them so far if they have that many views anyways. So yeah, I'm excited for them.
Yep. Cooper didn't agree with us as much. He said this song coming right after the intro called Be Ambitious and the album titled the same. It's kind of ironic the song is so painfully generic. This seems like a thrown away Chungha summer track to me. I will say they deliver vocally and with the dance. The music video is about as boring as the song, though. Overall, a really flat debut. Cooper's a hater. Everyone yell at him on Discord.
You can flame his stan Twitter. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, again, I'm usually the one that hates like these songs, but I really enjoyed it. Okay, so this song was produced by Mouse Pick, who has worked on. It's a name I've heard of a lot, definitely.
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus, JBJ95 songs, Lovey and Rose.
Okay.
As one
Love
song.
and Rose.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rose.
Yeah.
Okay.
That explains things.
So yeah, and he does stuff for a lot of stuff for a Cube then, like CLC and
Yeah.
like La Vie en Rose was originally for CLC.
Yep.
And finally, we have My Error, which is the album, the B-side for the single. And I thought this was like very indie coffee shop vibe. Love the instrumentation. It's very like chill and jazzy. And I thought their vocals really shined on this song. Obviously, this type of song is going to let you focus on the vocals, and I thought they had really good vocals. Also, the rapper's tone fit the song really well. That stood out. And then they even have a piano solo near the end, which I thought was really cool. It's not something you don't hear instrumental solos very often in K-pop, outside of just like dance break, EDM things. So I thought that was really cool to hear too.
This is basically a Red Velvet song. I mean, and that's all you need for me to enjoy it. And again, like usually I'm someone that doesn't like people kind of like copying other groups, but I feel like there's not enough groups like this that I enjoy it whenever, especially a new girl group like this is trying to tackle this type of sound, because it's usually either Red Velvet or like indie artists or like that, or like actual like R&B artists, a la like a Haze type of thing. Very rarely do girl groups ever dip their toes into this, and I feel like they're perfect for it because the vocals here are, I'd put on the level of a group like Red Velvet in terms of how perfect it fits this style of song. So I'd love to see a single like this, in all honesty. Like this, like My Era could easily have been a single in my eyes. Like I love I you could make an argument I like this song even more than Hocus Pocus, in all honesty. That's how much I ended up enjoying
I definitely do.
the song. Yeah, that's why I wish there was more than just Hocus Pocus and My Air in terms of actual songs. That's why I feel like Be Ambitious was kind of a waste, because I feel like if they gave me another song like this, I would just be like, oh, they might just like steal the Rookie of the Year award away from like people like ITZY or what do we call it?
Everglow.
EXT.
Everglow, yeah.
Everglow.
But I'm so far I'm pretty happy just in general with all these new girl groups that we're getting. Like, again, I know last year was the year of the girl group or whatever.
They're way better than the established girl groups we've been getting.
Yeah, in all honesty, like the stuff that we're getting from these new girl groups is we're finding way more enjoyable than sort of, I guess, because they haven't been too set in their ways yet. So they're definitely again, new goos are more prone or more likely to like throw whatever on the wall and see what sticks type of approach, and I feel like it's working so far with this group.
So for me, I really like the like delayed, like off time almost like beats they used in the beginning of the song. I thought that was really cool. And yeah, for me, like my first impression as well was like a Red Velvet, like Velvet side track, or like a Zion T. I think he would sing something like this as well.
I thought IU.
IU definitely.
IU,
Speaking
okay,
of IU.
I could see that as well. But yeah, like I even put in my notes, like I like this a lot more than Hocus Pocus. I think the R&B style vocals along with like the hip hop style like beats, I thought it was really awesome. So yeah, I think this is super cool.
Cooper said this clearly wasn't going to be the title track, but it's so much better than Hocus Pocus. This is a really cool indie feel, a little jazzy and coffee shop vibe, so similar to my thoughts. So yeah, that's it. This was a short one because it's just a single album, but we're short on topics for this week, and so we figured
no one released albums. No one wanted to be.
nothing.
No one wanted to fight BTS essentially because they know they're gonna get it like screwed over.
Yeah,
in
no one
sales.
wanted to go against BTS
until twice in a week or two.
Yeah, basically, it's funny how everyone, like literally everyone, planned their releases around when BTS did, because they know they're too much of a monster. But I mean, Bandit's a new group, so I mean, and they still managed to do well for themselves despite releasing in the same week. So
so we'll get into review scores. For me, I gave it a 6.5 out of 7. Overall, I loved everything on it, but it was a little basic. But I mean, that's expected. It's a new group. M&H isn't the biggest company in the world, so I just dropped a little bit off. But overall, I liked all three of them a lot. And then I gave it a 2 out of 3 for concept, because I thought the choreography they executed it well. The music video was decent, but nothing crazy. So I gave it an 8.5.
On my end, I gave a 3 out of 3.5 for single. I enjoy. I'm shocked at how much I enjoy it, because at first listen, I thought it was like, oh, it's another stupid freaking tropical house song. But the more I listened to it, or the deeper I got into the song, the more I appreciated them sort of changing up the style of instrumentals that you usually hear in this type of genre. So, I wouldn't mind them doing another tropical house song. I wouldn't mind them going into more R&B like My Error. So yeah, I feel like the future's definitely bright with this group, and I'd like to see a full album, or maybe a mini album, so that we get more music, more of these B-sides, especially if the B-sides are going to be as good as My Error. Speaking of album tracks, I gave it a 2.5 out of 3.5. Most of the deductions come from Be Ambitious, because as much as I thought it was cool sounding, I feel like, again, it's kind of a waste on such a short album. Concept, 2 out of 3. Again, they didn't do anything too crazy in terms of choreography and visual style, but I do like the commitment it seems that M&H is making to this group in terms of what they're giving them in terms of like outfits, actual music video production, live stages. They're definitely shopping them around the different live music shows and everything. So yeah, I have a positive outlook on this group in general. Same thing I have with Everglow. I'm just really excited for these new girl groups to sort of hopefully change up the landscape of K-pop music. So that would be a total of 7.5 out of 10.
Yep. So for me, I gave it a 5.5 out of 7. I thought all 3 tracks were really cool. Again, Hocus Pocus, it's a little bit basic, but I still think it was a good debut track that they could start off with that I think the general public would like. And yeah, but I think they definitely made up for that with Be Ambitious, an awesome intro. My Error, I thought, was an awesome B-side. So I'm definitely really looking forward to what they have in store in the future. Concept, I gave it 2 out of 3, so overall 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Cooper said overall, I wish this would have been a mini album. They really need more songs to flesh out their sound more.
I agree.
Because there's no real cohesion between any of these 3 tracks here. And he is the lowest out of any of us. He gave it a 4.5 out of 7 for music and only a 1.5 out of 3 for concept, so a 6 out of 10.
So, doing all the math, putting into the calculator, 7375, so 7.5 average as well.
Exact same as BTS.
Exact same as BTS, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like them having no expectations going in, or definitely help them in that favor. So yeah, I think the
brand new girl group from a small company is as good as the biggest.
And I mean, hey,
it's
closing it on 5 million after a week. That's not an easy feat, especially for a group like M&H.
They have almost 1 million on Stone, so
Stone Music and yeah. So that's really awesome for them. I mean, I don't think they're gonna get any wins because they're going up against like Eyes One.
No.
So
yeah, no.
But I mean, they definitely set a good like base for them, and I am excited to see where they when they come back, like what they'll do. So, what are your thoughts on BVNDIT's debut? Do you like Hocus Pocus? Do you like My Error better? Do you think Be Ambitious should even be on this?
Yes, because it's amazing.
I don't even know any of the members, in all honesty. Please, if you're a BVNDIT fan, let me know who my bias should be.
My bias is short-haired girl, because she's the main.
There's a
I don't know their names.
Yeah, I need to figure out their names.
There's blonde-haired girl, short-haired girl, and then the other 3.
One that looks like Luna.
Sure, I'll look them up.
And I should probably learn their names too, because they're 100% they're going to KCON, because M&H, like they bring Chang'e, they bring like
Chang'e better be at KCON
and
New York.
Being on Stone Music Entertainment, obviously, like CJ, so they're definitely going to show up at KCON. So let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. We definitely enjoyed it.
Yep.
God.
To me, the song just it's easily described in 3 words. Almost everything about this song can be described in 3 words for me: slow, basic, and boring. That's what this song is. It's the song just after that hard-hitting trumpet part.